What's up, guys? I'm not late, early to my own live stream, so imagine that. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well today. Wanted to start off the live chat by saying yesterday. Well, first, let me tell you what we're going to talk about. Kind of a continuation of yesterday in international travels. Specifically, what's up, Mike? Good to see you, brother. Specifically, Southeast Asia travel and how we're going to get around, how we're going to do things in 2020, because it's going to be certainly a challenge for those of us who love to travel. Also, want to give a quick message to Hey Robert. I know I just had to go with this one today. It's such a rainy, miserable day here in Bangkok. I thought today would be a good time to go with this. For those of you for the next minute or so that don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Roger McGee, thumbs up, nothing nuts. I hear you. New York Frank, good to see you, sir. I wanted to let everybody know that I'm a man of my word. Jerry Yates, what's up, man? Yes, I'm glad I'm feeling better too, and it's very good to see you in the house. Very good to see you. So let me just say real quick that a few months ago I had trouble with we'll call him RT, so I don't make any trouble. But we had an issue. He did a thing, I did a thing, and there was some retaliation involved. Maybe it was miscommunication, maybe it wasn't, but I sent him a message apologizing for any wrongdoing that I might have done in the message. Also, letting him know that I wiped the slate clean, and so that there's no animosity or no divisiveness when it comes between those two channels or me or him. The relationship will never be the same. I'm not even sure if it wants one. It doesn't matter to me. But forgiveness is all out there. Now, let's move on and talk about some traveling and how we're going to get around traveling Southeast Asia. Because yesterday, we had a great chat yesterday, guys. And during that great chat, when I clicked off of it, you guys remember I couldn't figure out what was going on with the chat, why I couldn't see it. Well, apparently I had opened a whole new window, a whole new thing to chat in. So as the chat became available, I was actually chatting in a different live stream. So when I clicked off of this live stream yesterday, it deleted the entire video, the whole thing. And I was so sad about that, because we had good super chats yesterday. We had good we just had good participation. I think we had about 60 people on at one time. Frank says, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Yes, please, 21 people, 5 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button, guys. I sure do appreciate it. Traveling in Southeast Asia in 2020 and the challenges that will come with it. I am beside myself at all the possibilities that we may see here in 2020. I really don't know I really don't know how bad it's going to be, how difficult it's going to be. And I'm really not in the prediction game anymore, because I found out that, the trying to guess, and specifically in Thailand, I'm here in Bangkok, Thailand, and right in the middle of Southeast Asia. So I'm trying to figure out how I can travel around, because there's a good possibility that I'm going to have some time either later this year or 2021 to do some real traveling, and not to just do a week here, a week there. I'm so glad I didn't go to Pattaya and Sattahip and back. That was my plan for this weekend. I'm so glad I didn't go, because it's been raining every single day. And is the chat froze, or are we just listening? Because There's nobody putting anything in there. But anyway, I think domestic travel is going to be the way to go at first. And again, Mike talks a lot about that on his channel. But I think that that's okay with me if I have to do domestic travel in 2020 because I haven't seen. Yeah, okay, you guys are working. Chat never freeze, baby. I hear you, Mike. But that's okay with me, domestic travel. But for you guys, for most of you guys that are over in a Western country somewhere or in another Southeast Asian country, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Hey, Kevin, good to see you, man. For example, I just watched Benjamin's video from Integrity Legal. I just watched it, and that he put out this morning, and he's basically saying, you know, if you're eligible, you can get a visa during this time. But I think you have to get that visa before January the 31st or July the 31st, so you can extend it in August or September. So they're back to Operation Clear Out, which, you know, they do their thing. They clear out, and I'm assuming they're looking to clear out, you know, expats that are here on tourist visas and that kind of thing, because the Thais really care about the Thais. I don't think you guys understand 100% unless you've been here for a period of time. They really care about themselves. Like, they're going to take care of themselves, and rightfully so. They're going to take care of themselves no matter what. And I like that about Thailand. In fact, I wish more countries, more cultures were like that. So I think the way we're going to travel in 2020, especially in Southeast Asia, is communication. Let me explain. I'm going to get to the point now. We're about 7 minutes in, so I want to explain. When I say communication, I don't necessarily mean just your upfront communication, like with the airlines or with crew members or whatever the case may be. You're going to have to get creative when you're with your communication. I feel like communication is going to have to go down between some people that are not currently in the field of making things happen that can't happen. I will compare it, if you will, to the sleight of hand that some people do to get certain things. And I'm not saying it'll be bribery or anything, but it definitely will be a different context. If they start opening up international flights, you know, the right people, you can probably talk to the right people. And I think the communication is going to be a big part of it. I think that because each individual, I don't know if everyone's aware of this, every immigration officer in Thailand, at least, and I'm sure it's this way in other Southeast Asian countries as well, but definitely here in Thailand, it's up to them, to one individual, whether or not your visa is accepted and whether or not you get in. I hear many times people will say, "Oh, I got a visa from my home country and one of the embassies and that kind of thing." Well, okay, you got it. That's good that you have a visa, but that doesn't mean you're getting into Thailand. Visas are essentially just made to get you from one point to another and have a reason to get there. The acceptance of the visa is based purely on the sole discretion of the immigration officer. And some of these things people don't know. They think once they get the visa that they're done, set, all good. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just not the case. I heard that, wow, It says that my notification just went out that I'm live on YouTube. Oh, me. Anyway, what do you guys think? What's going to be some ways that you're going to try to travel in 2020? Or are you just going to stay home and bite the bullet and just be like, nah, I'm just not going to even worry with it? Or are you actually going to try to get out and do something? Like, are you going to try to catch one of these maybe low cost airlines flying for, because you can get creative with some of this stuff. The problem is when you get to the border of Thailand, you've got to have the proper credentials to get in. So this is kind of a critical thinking video, but it's also kind of a warning video as well. You might get enough bus rides and enough plane tickets to be able to get you over to somewhere in Southeast Asia, such as like Thailand, for example. But are you going to be able to get in? That's the question. And for right now, in at least Thailand, I don't know about every other country, but for right now, the answer to that is no. And that could cause some serious problems. Roger says, do you think I could get in faster if I went and spent a month or two in Bali? That's a great question, Roger. And yesterday we were talking to somebody who said, what if I go to Cambodia for a month and then try to come in on that? And it didn't happen. So I don't know if you could get in coming from there, because you're still going to have to hand them an American passport, even though they're going to see that you went to Bali for a month or two. My guess, my best guess would be you would get the standard 14 days when you came in, and that's if you got a clean bill of health everywhere else. That's my opinion. Silver Warrior says that might be a good reason to look into a Thai elite visa. Absolutely. In fact, I watched another Integrity Legal video, I believe, day before yesterday, and the Thai elite visa holders were being let back in faster than, or they were coming back in more prevalent than any other visa holder, even diplomats, which was kind of weird. Gerald says, I'm trying to get my affairs in order to move to the DR next month. Well, good luck, brother. Good luck for sure. We actually talked about the Dominican Republic yesterday a little bit. And yeah, we didn't really like go into depth about it, but some of these places we were talking about flying to internationally were just, you can't get there. And the few places that you can't get, I know we talked about Bermuda, and we talked about what other island? We talked about an island somewhere. I forgot what it was. Brett Fort says, always good information, Jeremy. I am going as soon as I can. I know you are. Oh, we had a word issue there. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Robert and Neil. Don't worry about it. Just try to reword it if you can, and we'll take care of your question. And it seems a little that we're lagging just a little bit. I think it may be because we have about a quarter of the amount of people we had in here yesterday, which usually is surprising, because on Sundays we usually have more people. And we also, for those of you that don't know, this channel just sets a roundabout goal of $100 a weekend on PayPal. That's what we try to do. Because when I get off the live chat here with you, I'm going to put it up, and I'm going to start recording videos. And one of the first videos I'm going to record is a members only video, because I don't have one of those up yet. And that's going to be the one on Thai friendly, and the one on Tinder. Mike says, do you have low latency? Check when you created the live stream with no delay in the comments. I don't know, Mike. I don't know. I've been using the same setting, whatever it is, for a long, long time. I think it's just a lack of people and lack of nobody's taken off with the topic yet. So maybe we'll. Hey, yeah, Matt Tech, I'm live, man. Good to see you. We'll get some people in here eventually that will lighten them up. What's up, Stuck? Good to see you, man. Be sure you go back and at some point watch the very beginning of this video, the first 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, please. I might need you to relay that message, possibly. But good to see you. And thank you for putting up the PayPal link, by the way. Very, very nice of you. G3MZ89 says, hey, man, do you know if they have programs for tourists for meditation temples? They do. Yes, they do. They have those programs. And one of the programs Thailand's going to be looking at the most. What's up, Gordon? Good to see you, man. One of the things Thailand's going to be looking at the most is medical, coming over here for medical problems. And I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but it seems to be a very popular. Oh, we got some PayPal start off here. We are a quarter of the way there. Thank you very much, Mr. Roger McGee. Love you, man, and appreciate it. He says 75 to go. Thank you, man. Much, much, much appreciated. Always appreciated. Where Mike left a comment. Topic: what should those outside of Thailand who want to come to Thailand be preparing so the second they come, they'll be ready? That's a good, very good topic, Mike. That's a good topic. If you're out because you know when you're going to fly or when you're going to come in, if the international flights open back up and all that stuff. That was really an excellent question, man. Or an excellent topic. Very good. You're going to have paperwork, fit to fly certificates. You're going to have paperwork from your home country. You're going to have any necessary passport pages. You may have to have extra passport pages put in there. And you're going to have documentation for your home country. You're going to have a copy of just about everything that makes you who you are. Insurance, definitely, Roger, 100% agreed. And then you're going to have to meet the standards of the country that you're flying to. So, and these 14-day holds, y'all know what I'm talking about, or 28-day holds, that may occur, and that would really be a bummer, man. Really be a bummer for sure. Hey, Greg, good to see you, man. Hope you're feeling better, brother. Good to see you. Brooklyn, I hear you, man. I am feeling better, and thank you for picking up on the chat. Ken, what's up, man? He says, hi, a lot of weird international stuff in the Philippines. I've heard about it. International travelers will have to wear RFDI wristband. They will be monitored during their visit. Yep. Ken says, is Thailand talking about something like that? Not yet. Not yet. There's rumors passing around, but nobody said anything for sure. So I don't really know. It's a great question, though, Ken. Or a great question. And that was a really good question, Mike. Thank you, man. What are you going to start doing before you have to come to Southeast Asia? Because it seems like these Southeast Asian countries, they are going to make you like really, really satisfy their requirements before they let you in the country. And I really hope this thing doesn't play out to 2022 and we're going through a year of change and all this stuff. Oh man, it's just Stuck says, Mike, you're pretty good at this public engagement thing, almost like you have experience at it. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Um, it has become its own global industry. Gordon, you're 100% correct on that. Not the only reason he took your message down was because you said the entire C word. But it has become its own global industry, and people are making a lot of money off of it. To some extent, they're wrong about it. It's just bad. Mike says, stuck in Florida, I'm shy, don't like people. This is hell stepping outside of my comfort. Get out of here, man. But yeah, so, you know, at the end of the day, I think about preparations. I think about things that are going to need to be done, and then I think about, am I going to be capable of doing them? I just heard that Americans were getting another $1,200 stimulus check, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I definitely take the stimulus. That's for sure. MetTech says, Mike, my friend died in 2016 and he loves Asia, especially Vietnam. I asked his son if he would like to go with me. When next I can visit Thailand. I hope he can go. I hope he can go too. Yeah, I really hope he gets to go too. That'd be a big deal, MetTech. Roger says, a extroverted introvert. Believe it or not, one of the things I've learned about teaching in Thailand, I know my hair is amazing, but one thing I've learned about people by teaching in Thailand is that you will find a lot of those people are that extroverted introvert, which is weird, but they are introverted the whole time until you get them in front of a bunch of kids, and then like a whole different person comes out. G3MZ89 says, I'm in NYC. I want to visit Thailand, man. I see a lot of videos that seem very positive. Affordable rent is a big win. Yes, affordable rent is a big win, and really living in Thailand is a big win. Sometimes I forget. I've been here for a little over 2 years, and sometimes I forget where I'm at and just how lucky and grateful I should be to be where I'm at. Why I had that wonderful hair because it's nappy. I need to wash it and get ready. It's just I'm looking outside and probably 2 to 3 miles in the distance it's just raining all around me, and there's this one little area of sun coming down. Scott Selway, hello, how are you, sir? Long time. I remember your name, but it's been a long time. Prep for it says, one good thing is that I'm going to have a lot of bots saved by the time we're allowed to go. I'll also bring a smile. There you go. Definitely bring a smile. Smile goes a long way in Thailand. Smile goes a very long way in Thailand. And if you can smile at people, and even if you can just not scare them, you're probably doing a pretty good job. G3 says, bro, I paid almost $1,500 with utilities, no food on the table for a studio here, and was laboring 6 days a week, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. You live up in New York. Yeah. Yes, and the situation within the city right now, I heard is terrible. We don't have to get into the details of it, but I heard it was absolute terrible. And $1,500 a month for a studio, that I don't even make $1,500 a month here teaching. So if that tells you anything about how much cheaper the cost of living is here versus what it is over in America. Southeast Asia makes sense to move to and live in because of the cost of living. However, you have to be selectively optimistic in your choices of where you're going to stay in terms of country. Biggest things I look at in the countries if I want to come over, even on vacation, is infrastructure, healthcare, and corruption. Those are the three things that I look for the most, because if either one of those three, if they don't have a good healthcare system, I'm definitely not going to live there. I may go on vacation, but I'm definitely not going to live there because I have awesome insurance here in Thailand. And then the I forgot my other two reasons. I had a brain fart, guys. I'm sorry. I'll think about it in just a second. Infrastructure. If the infrastructure is not there and I need to travel a lot domestically, then I'll need some doing that stuff. Johnny, Sam, hello, Johnny. Good to see you, man. Gordon says North America is good for making money. That's all. That's pretty much the truth. Mike says, I'm guessing if I'm in the U.S., I need someone I can get a health cert in a few hours. Two, I need a travel agent, even if I never use travel agents familiar with Thailand. I agree with both of those. I'm 100%. Three, $5,000 just in case the unknown happens, because it will. Four, an unlocked phone so you can install any apps necessary to check in and out using a local SIM. Very, very, very good points, Mike. Very good points. I think all four of those are 100% legit. We could almost, you could almost make a video on each one of those. So I think that's awesome, man. Really. Oh, and he says five. $100,000 USD worth of insurance that covers it. Six, Jeremy's contact info. I like that, man. I like that. But that, you're right though. Much of that is absolutely correct, and not much of that. It's all correct. I just these are good things to think about, and the insurance is going to be. I think that's going to be one of the biggest barriers that people have to face when they come to Southeast Asia to travel. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a big one for sure. Good luck getting number one. Stuck in Florida says, unfortunately. I got no reason to disagree with it. Gregory says, up in Brooklyn, I pay 2,000 USD and make good money, yes, but I'm ready to retire and get my money's worth and great quality of life. Might squeeze in a fitness trainer or two, who knows? Nothing wrong with that, man. I hope you're getting prepared, and I hope everything goes well for you, man. I really, really, really do. G3 says, Gregory, I feel you on that. Stuck says, good luck getting number one. Yep. Johnny says, I think now all insurance will have to be rewritten. You make a good point, because when you come to a place like this, their original thing was you have to have. Somebody was saying $100,000 of health insurance to come to Thailand. Then Cambodia came out with their $3,000, and they would open the border. The $100,000 Thailand was talking about was never even put into play, because the borders were closed long before anybody ever got in here. MedTech says, I wonder whether an insurance app would be possible. That's certainly possible. They have, in the world we live in today, the technology is surpassing things that, as a kid growing up, I just didn't think I would be able to get on an app and talk to anybody in the world, anywhere, anytime, for free. Using Wi-Fi. So I would say that there's been some significant changes. Sorry guys, that was a message on my Thai phone. So it sounds like to me, out of the conversation that has taken place here in this live stream, it sounds that at the core of the problem is going to be having enough money to travel, because your fit to fly certs, your visas to come into the countries, who knows, they may go way up in price. Insurance is certainly going to, travel insurance is certainly going to go up in price. I mean, it has to, and there's going to have to be some kind of provision for it in there. So that you're going to be paying more money then, as Mike suggested earlier, having $5,000 backup just in case something happened, because inevitably it will. And as a fellow traveler, I can tell you something always happens when you travel, whether it be just a short domestic flight or whether it be an international flight. The longer you're in the air, the more likely something is happening on the ground underneath you or on the plane that you're on. But there's always reasons for having extra money with you when you come to any of these countries. It's just a good idea. Gregory says, can you get life insurance once retired there? And can you establish a will for your affected individuals residing outside of Thailand? You can. The will part, I think you would do that in America. You may not have to do that in Thailand. But I know you can get a will. Life insurance, there are certain types of insurance here that come with life insurance policies. So the policy that you get, just make sure you have the life insurance policy attached to it. The two insurance policies that I have, the emergency one and then the one for doctors and hospitals, are they both have life insurance on them. So, it doesn't amount to a whole lot in U.S. dollars, but in Thailand, it would be more than enough to, put my body in the ground somewhere and for my family not to have to worry about it. Good question, though, Gregory. G3 says, I see a lot of flexible monthly leases for housing in Thailand videos on YouTube. Do you know if they have annual terms as well? Yes, they do. I also hold a USA passport, so I would have to extend my visa too. Yeah, are you in Thailand now, G3? If you're in Thailand now, go get you a visa before the end of this month, and you can extend it. And if you can find a reason to keep a different kind of visa, or find a reason to go on a different kind of visa, you're in New York. Well, then you don't have to worry about coming here for a while, because if you're in America or in the West, I'm prepping, man. I have to get out. I understand 100%. And this was to Mike's comment about preparing. This is the best time really to prep and to prepare for the things that are coming up. And yeah, Roger says, I feel you. If if the floodgates were open and when I say floodgates, I mean the borders. If the borders were open for tourists here, this is a hypothetical, which I normally don't do, but we'll just say it. If the borders were open here right now, it would take a longer than normal time, in my opinion, for this reintegration to happen. When you talk about reintegration of people, everybody was here and going in and out for the longest time, so there was cultural assimilation was easier than ever before. But now you're going to have a bunch of people that are removed from Thailand for whatever reason, and then you're going to have people that come back in here, and they're not going to culturally assimilate, excuse me, as quickly as everybody else does. And I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't hurt tourism, because I want the tourism dollars to come back to Thailand. I really love this country, guys, and it's a great place to be, especially if you're retired. Speaking of retired, if you have a retirement visa, you'll probably be okay coming back. Coming back over here, but I would definitely call ahead before I did, and you're gonna have to have paperwork. But I know retirement visas, people with work permits, I think smart visas, some smart visa holders, elite visas, they are probably going to be the front runners for coming back in. Charlie Rock, he said, "What's up, Jeremy? Do you think things will open to American tourists December 2020? I hope so. I really hope so. I honestly thought that at the end of this month, rather than them kind of extending some of the emergency decree, I thought they would do that. I thought that it would, start to be put in the ranks, but unfortunately, I agree with Stutt's comment when he says, Charlie Rock, I would be very surprised because of the pace Thailand is moving at. One, it's keeping everybody safe. I mean, it really is keeping everybody safe. Thailand's doing a great job of making sure that even domestic travel in the country is super safe. But because they're doing that, that kind of X's out anybody coming in, especially from the West. Like, I think there were a few countries on the list that were proposed that were really small countries, and like Eastern European countries that didn't have high caseloads or whatever, and they were, they were coming in to be, that they were allowed or going to be allowed to come in. Gordon says, I think the cost of air travel is going to double, less seats on planes, tons of new equipment, etc. I can't see it not doubling, Gordon. I really can't. I can't see it not doubling because the aircraft or the airline industry has already taken such a hit. I don't know what kind of government subsidies or bailouts or stuff like that would render safety to their financial investment portfolios. So I don't know. Johnny says, I think to the general public, travel as we used to know it won't happen this year until, just call that the V word next time, Johnny, because I don't want YouTube giving the chat any problems. But I agree with you 100%. That comment that was deleted, I agree with it. I agree that travel will likely never be the same again. I mean, it's never going to be the same. There are so many cases of, yes, we still have, for that person that's in the chat that just sent me that message, yes, we still have 75 PayPal dollars to go to hit 100. That was a funny little question there. Anyway, saying the cost of air travel is going to double, less. Yeah, with the seats on plane, has to be, has to double, or it has to. I don't think they can make up with the seats on the plane not available. You can't make it up in quantity, right? With people filling planes, because you're not going to be able to fill a plane. So the only way to make that up is with the money. I mean, it's probably gonna cost more. That's all there is to it. Thanks for throwing up the PayPal link there, Robert. I appreciate that. We're only $75 away, guys. Only $75. Scott says it seems they will wait until next year. Most likely. Most likely they will wait until next year. And that's going to hurt my feelings a little bit. But like I said, I have stuff going on in the background that I'm setting up so that if they wait until next year, if they wait until next year, I'm going to be sitting in a pretty good place. Yellow tummies. I don't know what that means, Roger. Mad Max says, "Hi, mate. On night shift. Take care. Sleep now." Okay, Max. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Okay. Got you, Roger. Matt Tech says, "Why does YT dislike us to discuss the reality of current affairs?" It's because it's considered a sensitive issue. That's what they consider it. And for some reason, you can't talk about that. Or I can't talk about that. Mainstream media, they can talk about that and they can put it on YouTube, but I can't. So it's kind of a not very fair system, in my opinion. But at the same time, it is what it is, and there's really nothing we can do about it. I want to know when someone hears the first words about being able to travel internationally in 2020 or 2021. Charlie says, "Is the Thai economy hurting during this pandemic?" Absolutely, absolutely. And I just said that all out loud. Ooh, I can't believe I did that. Find a different word for the P word there, Charlie. Sorry, bud. YouTube doesn't like that at all. And I said it out loud like an idiot. But it's nothing personal. To answer your question, absolutely. I've been given numbers that range from 10 to 30%. Current situation. That would be a good one, Scott. I've been given numbers from 10 to 30% of Thailand's economy is based on either directly or indirectly the tourism industry. Now, that can mean, when I say directly or indirectly, if you're a tourist and you come straight over here and you're spending money on hotels and flight packages or that kind of thing with Thai Airways or something, that's direct, right? But the indirect effect that it has on tourism is the bars, the restaurants, the places that are built around this country, and there are many of them that are for expats or people that want to immigrate to Thailand. Being an expat in Thailand has been one of the greatest blessings of my life, but at the same time, it's also been, for me, a challenge. And I think that the tourist dollars that Thailand is missing, I don't know how they're going to make them up. Is my thinking. I don't know how they're going to make them up. I would imagine some government's going to have to borrow from another government. That's just my personal thinking on it. But MedTech says, "No fault of yours. It seems a childish decision to pretend a different reality." Yeah, absolutely. I do. Charlie says, "Sorry about it." Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. It's very. We keep it PC in here, and sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. But more times than not, it works great. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you, man. Dean, good to see you, bud. Hadn't seen you in a while. Dino, hello again to you, sir. Thank you all for dropping by. Trying to figure out what I think I've switched the topic a little bit more toward because I really like Mike's comment earlier. So it's like more toward preparation of what we're going to do than what is actually occurring right now and just following it day by day. In fact, I may do a whole series on that. That was such a good point, Mike. Uh, Possibly do a whole series about that, and like, the things that you need to have ready. For example, here I think I've found a way to combat the fit to fly cert. Right, so you find a place that gives out those fit to fly certs in your home country, and when your date is coming up for your flight, have an appointment. Like, have an appointment. Don't try to walk in or anything like that. Have an appointment. Make sure you get your appointment. And Mike says, I will likely to do a 7-hour live stream about it. No big woo up. I love it. MedTech says in UK that would be described as pork pie hat. That's okay. Roger says if you got a retirement visa, would the year start on that day or the day you enter Thailand? I believe it starts on the day you get it. So if you're looking to get a retirement visa, Roger, what you would have to do is, one, unfortunately, wait till they open the borders. Get a retirement visa. You have to get a 90-day retirement visa. And then you will have to come over here to Thailand. And after 90 days, once you've shown that you have all the financial requirements, all the health requirements, and everything else is good to go, after 90 days, then they'll give you a 1-year retirement visa, or maybe 2, depending on it. I'm not sure if 2 is still an option or not. Dino says ThaiBot is gradually going back up. Is it? I haven't paid attention in a long time. Yes, Robert, hit the like button. The like button makes me very happy. Mango, sticky rice. Different parts of Thailand relies more heavily on tourism. Phuket is probably near 80%. Yep, I agree with that. I agree 100%. G3 says, my biggest concern is when I leave the job here in the States and fly over to Thailand, I only have my savings to depend on. I would need to create a new source of income to sustain the lifestyle. Well, the good news is there's several ways you can do that. Very good. Several ways you can do that. You could become, if you have any computer skills at all, or I mean, if you just know how to use a computer, you can become an affiliate marketer. You could do Amazon dropship from over here. You could do, if you got a skill, you know how to teach it. You can put videos together. You can pay somebody to put videos together for you, and then put those classes on like Skillshare or Upwork or something like that. Mike says Roger McGee visa is valid the day immigration gives it to you. Your stay is for 1 year each time you enter. I must have missed something on the retirement visa. I have to check that out. Because I thought a retirement visa, since it's a non-M visa, would be just like anybody else on a non-immigrant visa. You would have to come in and you would do your 90 days, and then because you have to have the money in the bank or the money coming in for 3 months, so they put you on a 90-day visa, just like they do on a non-B visa, and then you get your 1 year after that. Maybe the retirement visa is completely different. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have one. I'm not sure if Mike does or not, but if he does have one, I will take his word for it. Even if he doesn't have one, I'll take his word for it. No problem. Retirement visa OA gotten outside of country is a 1 year visa. I see. See, I learn something new every day. Dino says, well, it was 19 baht for Aussies in May, but now 22.5. Well, that's good, right? That should be a positive change, or am I reading that backwards? Gordon says, I don't want to die with my money in the bank. I planned my retirement accordingly. Good for you, man. I don't want to die with a lot of money in the bank either. I just want to make sure I live a happy, healthy, traveling lifestyle, and do the right things. And I don't know. I don't know. It's just definitely, there's only one way I can go from here, and that's pretty much up. Now I could tear myself back down again, but that'll never happen. Because I'm pretty much as low as I've been since I've been traveling for the last 3+ years. And when I say low, I don't mean like my attitude and all that stuff's low. I'm just talking about like financially, job security wise, and a few other things. So it's a little bit, it's a weird feeling. That I would feel the same way if I were in America, but it would be like less anxiety because I would be in America. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Dan in the Tropic says Bali will open its borders to international tourists in September. Wow. I read Mike's comments on the OA. Gotcha. Dino says it's positive for sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. That brings me to another question. Like, what if the bot's value just goes like crazy? What if $1, $1 instead of being worth approximately 30 baht for each dollar, what if it's worth 45 baht for each dollar? There are going to be a lot of Americans and a lot of other people as well trying to get back over here, because that will be a lot of money to be spent. And in G3's case, that's where you want to have an American source of income, so you can transfer it and then exchange it for the better exchange rate. Robert says, I would love that. Me too. Dino J says, changing the money for sure. Mike says, the second it's 45 baht to a dollar, I'll move 100,000 USD to Capricorn. I know. If whatever happened, it is what it is. MedTech says, my brother feels as you, Jeremy, but worse. He's on his 6th year as a non-qualified teacher, so his time is running out. Yeah, if he's not getting an educational certificate from somewhere, and they cost about 60,000 baht, which is roughly 2,000 USD. He's probably gonna have that feeling. And I've got to decide whether I want, because I'm on my second waiver, so you can get 3. I'm on my second waiver, and we'll see if how long this teaching thing lasts, what I'm gonna do or what I'm not gonna do in terms of trying to build a career. I don't know. Dino says, so you're 100% after the food poisoning? Not really. Not really, Dino. And the reason is because when I have like this channel, I want to travel with this channel like on the weekends, right? And when my travel fund on the channel and the AdSense is so incredibly low like it has been, it really, really... Okay, Mike, see you, buddy. Thank you for coming by, man. But when the money is down, when everything's down, when AdSense is down, when the travel fund's down, I don't really have that backup. It's kind of like G3 talking about, all I'm going to have is my savings to retire on. And then what am I going to do? Well, for me, I got used to having a really good AdSense. So every month, I would make between $800 and $1,500 just off AdSense. That's before anything else. And we were banging along at some with the travel fund I talk about. That's the PayPal account that comes in, and our goal, I just said it for the channel, is we try to do. We have enough people that we try to do $100 a weekend. So not in a day, but in a weekend, and when I do a live stream. So we're $25 close today, and thanks to Roger. But it gets me to a point where I'm like, it gets kind of, it causes me a lot of anxiety. And the reason is not because I'm worried about me, it's because I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about like not being able to deliver on things that I've promised. Like I've promised you guys I'm going to do some stuff. I guarantee you it's going to happen, but it may not happen in the manner of time you want it to happen. that's the problem. It may take a long time because even though my job doesn't pay that well over here, it has to come first because that's my primary source of income here. And also, more importantly than anything else, that allows me to have a visa and a work permit here. Without them, I would have to, strongly consider doing other things. Dino says you have to be hesitate in farting when you're getting over food poisoning. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Dino. You definitely do. So, but anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with the travel thing, and then it really hurts my feelings that yesterday's live stream got taken down, or it said I deleted it. I didn't delete it. They sent me an email, and it should have been back up this morning already. But whatever. Dan says, hope to travel to Thailand next year. Got to practice all the time. Been learning online. And that's a good idea, guys. Let me throw that in there. It's a good idea to learn a few words, a few very important phrases in Thai, like hello, goodbye, thank you, left, right, yeah, taxi, how to say rice and chicken or pork, whatever your favorite foods are that you can get from street food vendors. Those are all really good ideas. Frank says, hi there, thumbs up, do more lifers. Absolutely. Thumbs up in the house. The more thumbs up, the better. I appreciate it. Roger McGee says, where's the restroom? Where's the restroom? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Mr. Roger. Anyway, a good resource for top. Oh, where's the restroom? Yeah. He's saying learn how to say where's the restroom. Very good. Very good. Very good. Frank is going to give us, it looks like, a good resource for Thai learning. I have a good app on my phone. It's really good. It just says Learn Thai, I believe is what it is. Yeah, Learn Thai, and it's a book that has the flag of Thailand on it. So it's pretty cool. And I would think that that, like you say your word into it, and then it spits it out electronically or whatever. So in that case, like you can actually tap on the word like I want chicken or whatever, and then it'll say it in Thai. So you don't even have to say it if you can't pronounce it. Louis says Hangnam UT9 LOL. I have no idea what that means. Frank says apologies. Forgot that I can't just paste the website. Yeah. Have the links in here. I have the links in here cut off due to some facetious activity that was going on. Gerald says, Jeremy, for extra bucks, if someone wants to artistic photos of you, get the money first before I take your shirt home. Yeah, I know. If you want to go that route, go to my Teespring store. You can get stuff there too. Dan says, I've been taking classes online with a language school in Bangkok. That's cool. I was so surprised of how much I learned in 3 weeks. I think they can teach you quite a lot in 3 weeks. Teacher Louis says, that is, where is the toilet and tie? Yeah, I got it. I was a little confused there for a minute. My bad, fellas. Dan says, he's laughing at Teacher Louis. Oh, that was that Louis. That must be the translation for where's the restroom. That's so funny. That's hilarious. I like it. But I just want everybody to love to be able to travel again. I want everybody to be able to travel Southeast Asia, and I want everybody to be able to do it safe, myself included. You know, and I want to be able to. My first priority when I do get freed up and I don't have to work every single day of my life over here is to travel around the country, to travel Thailand, and to see some things that I have never seen before. Like I've never been to Koh Samui. I haven't been to Koh Chang. I haven't been to Trat. I haven't been to Chiang Mai. I haven't been to any of the Isan region. I've lived in Bangkok twice, Rayong once, and spent many weekends in Pattaya. So that's pretty much been my Thailand experience over here. And you know, I have went to Hua Hin and Cha Am. So with those places being under or not under, but with those places being under my belt, I would really like to go see some more of the southern places in Thailand. I've been to Koh Samet and a few other places, but I really haven't traveled. I can't travel. And Walking ATM says, you've been living in Thailand for so long, yet hardly traveled it. And he's laughing. But, that's one of the things that I don't laugh about because I have to work 5 days a week. And if I didn't have to work 5 days a week, you can bet everything you own, I would be traveling Thailand. I did the best I could with my work schedule and everything else around me. So I don't feel bad about not traveling Thailand yet, but I do feel as though it's coming. It's definitely coming. Chris Lee says, hi, Jeremy. Do you have a particular airline preference when flying to other Thailand airports? Or do you just choose the best price? So many flights seems so short that it might not matter. I'm going to be totally honest with you, Chris. I've looked at flying domestically before, but I've never flown domestically here. I've always used a cab to get to where I'm going because it's never really been like I've been in one spot, and I've never had more than like a 2-hour ride. So I can't really tell you that, but I can tell you that there are certain places that when you fly into it, the landing fees are more expensive, so that's why it costs more. I think an example of that is down in the Samui area, or maybe it's Phuket. I'm not sure, but if you land on on the larger part of Thailand, you could take a ferry over and still save money. That's down south on the western side of Thailand. Walking ATM says work comes first. Absolutely. I came as a tourist, so I had a lot of free time. Man, I'm telling you, if I was still a tourist, I would have had a lot of free time too, and I would have done a lot of um, traveling around Thailand. I would have been able to see a lot more stuff, and I think that would have helped out a lot, like a lot, a lot. Nope, 75 to go for those of you asking online. And we're about to wrap this one up anyway. So I just wanted to say again, thank you so much to everyone who participated. I really appreciate Mike bringing some very good topics to the table. What game so how many vacations do you get? I haven't had a real vacation since last year, and I don't know what this year's long-term contract is going to look like. When I know, I'll tell you. Should be around 10 days, maybe. Christy says, "Thank you, Jeremy. I worry about getting around with my luggage, going to lots of rural areas that I'd like to visit. Suggestions? The Udon area. That's probably a good one if you're going to be rural. Anything around Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, that kind of place probably sounds like a good one. Hey, David. Yeah, long time before you wrap up. I appreciate you saying hey. But I don't really have a lot of Rayong. If you wanted to go into Rayong, you can go to Bonpei, which is a little city right there where you get on the ferry to take you to Koh Samet. That's a pretty good little city, and there's there's a big beach down there, Sun Beach is down there. You could go check it out. It's fairly rural. It's full of Thais, very few expats, and you can get around down there. And Rayon's cheap too. It's very cheap. Yeah, Chiang Rai. Robert says Chiang Rai's good one. There's Rupert. Hey, Rupert. Bangkok Airways owns the airport in Samui, so they charge high prices. Aha. That's what it is. That's what I was trying to say. There was I couldn't remember if it was in Samui or not, but there's a place where you can land like that's not on the island because Samui is an island. So you land on the mainland, take a ferry to get over there, and I believe that's how it works. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's how it works. So, with all that being said, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else? Because it's only an hour and 7 minutes for me, but I think we covered what everything that we needed to cover, and I certainly hope that you guys have gotten some decent information out of this. Because without you guys getting the information, really kind of just doesn't support my my theory of why I have this channel. Dan said, I might have missed it, but when are they looking at starting travel bubbles? Well, they were looking at starting travel bubbles, and to the best of my knowledge, they have pulled that idea, at least temporarily, Dan. I read that maybe a week, not a week ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. And so the travel bubble idea right now is, I don't think, existing. Roger says travel bubbles are popping. That's right. They're definitely popping. And yeah, so we just got to keep focused on what we want to do. And as Mike may mention earlier in the stream, I think we're going to start talking more about preparation. So, but the preparation part, I have to imagine, because I don't have what he said was completely accurate, but I don't have $5,000 to my name, so I couldn't just carry along an extra $5,000 and take it somewhere, and in case something went bad, and then have enough money for everything else to spend. I don't think there's been right before I bought the camera, with the travel fund money, I think that and the first stimulus check that came in, plus I had been saving like crazy. I think I may have had like $4,900 to my name, which is the most ever. So I'm one of those people that is really learning how to save and learning how to put it to good use. Like when this next stimulus comes in, and it's not going to be spent on camera gear that I'll never use. Not that I'm not going to use this camera. That's so cool. I mean, I'm definitely going to, but I'm not using it. I'm going to put it towards actually the travel part. Robert says raw ferry to Koh Samui town is okay. Some of the words I can't say. I'm sorry. Chris C says, is there a health insurance carrier for travelers you can suggest? I don't know about for travelers, but I know for an expat or an immigrant here in this country, I use AIA, and you can contact them. They have very affordable plans. I'm fully covered head to toe, and I think I paid 34. Oh, that was right before the I bought the camera and did the insurance thing at the same time. So I spent like almost $4,000 in one day. But I paid for the year for my insurance. It was like 34,000 baht or something like that, 34, 35. Walking ATM says, when you are a long-term traveler, you become an expert penny pincher. And I have to tell you that I'm learning that because the excess of cash that used to come in to this channel via AdSense mostly. Back in the day when we first started these live streams, we weren't getting many super chats, and we've set this goal for $100 for a weekend. We have 25 of it, need 75 more. And that's just try to get $100 a weekend, because if I can get $100 a weekend PayPal, then that's $400 a month, and I can travel on $400 a month, even on the weekends when there are not long holidays. I've been able to realize what methods of transportation I can take, and that's usually what I'll do. Carl K says the highest love a woman give to a man is what are you talking about, Carl? I'm not sure what he's talking about. And just an update for you guys that were thinking about or asking about the long-term situation I had with a girl. It wasn't really a relationship, but I haven't heard from her, and I doubt I ever will. So just to let you know. Walking ATM says it's good to save 15% every paycheck for a rainy day fund. That would be awesome. Rupert said, did you reach your $100 goal this week? I did not, Rupert. Unfortunately, I've only gotten 25 this week, but it happens from time to time, and most of the time we get the 100 and don't have a problem. I mean, because we have a lot of people, a lot of channel members and everything else that come in here that really enjoy this content, that want to see me travel, and they usually pop right through with $20 here, $20 there, and then before we know it, we have like last weekend we made I think a little over $200. So but we hadn't hit the $100 goal for this week. No, sir. Carl says it's what she can gain from you and how she values it. Pragmatic love. Okay, so you're talking about like the process, right? Walking ATM says it's crazy when you refuse to help the sick buffalo, they run away. Yeah, this was a request not for a sick buffalo, but for a I'm not going to say exactly what it was for, but it sounded really legit. She showed me the paperwork and everything, but it was 20,000 baht, and I was like, not going to happen. Carl said, JC, we need the WhatsApp. I'm already on there, man, so just look me up. Chris says, I'll send you $25 PayPal soon. Well, thank you, Chris. That'd be awesome. Rupert says, I got you. Well, if Rupert says he's got me, then he's definitely going to get me. He says, check PayPal. Okay, I sure will. Let me see if usually I get a message on Yahoo. There it is. Let's see here. Service, you got money, PayPal. I will hide the name, of course. But there is the $75 from Mr. Rupert. And, sir, I thank you so very much. I know you only drop by every once in a while, but I really genuinely love and appreciate you for that. I do, man. I really do. That's all the more reason for me to get out. And you know what? If it clears up tomorrow, if the weather clears up tomorrow, I might just take off now that we've completed the $100 weekend. I might just take off and go somewhere and be able to record some video. I know you guys missed my walking and talking videos for some of you that were around earlier, and I really want to be able to give that back to you because that was pretty cool, man. Rupert, thank you again very, very much. And Roger, thank you very, very much for the first quarter of that. I appreciate it very, very much, guys. Robert Mack, what's up, man? Good to see you. Carl says you're a good dude, and I don't want you to get taken. I don't want, I would love to find a companion. Yes, Roger, Rupert is the man. I live in Bangkok, Chris. But when I would love to have somebody to come home to, and I would love to have somebody to wake up beside in the morning. I'd just love to have that kind of companionship, man. It would be cool. And I'm not looking for anything serious, but it would be cool to have that kind of setup, so to speak. Carl says JC needs to set up OnlyFans account. Yeah. I don't know how many of you know what OnlyFans is, but you should go. Well, maybe you shouldn't. But try to go check it out whenever you get a chance. That's funny, man. I like that, Carl. That's very good. Yeah, I don't spend money on subscription. That's something else I've learned since I've been over here. I don't spend money on like all these subscription things that I don't use. I just don't subscribe to them anymore. It helps save money. 15, 25, these $25 PayPals that come in, 2 or 3 times a weekend, that makes the weekend. I mean, it's it's awesome. Carl says, never sacrifice yourself for male mother need. Trust me, brother. I am who I am, and I will always be who I am. I don't the other people's opinion of me, I learned to let go of a long time ago, and YouTube helped me to do that because, frankly, it's none of anybody else's business, or it's none of my business what people think about me. The love and support I get from this channel and the people that watch it are enough. If I needed validation, which I don't, but if I needed validation, you guys are enough for that. Dino says, what about a hot Southern belle living in Bangkok? That'd be fine too. I'm open to, I don't discriminate. I'm open to different body types, different intellectual levels. different places, different accents, different cultures. It doesn't matter. I'm open to anything because if you're not going to learn anything, and that's what I want my life to be about. It's always learning. And Bangkok, walking ATM, you do make a good point here. He says Bangkok is the best place to meet educated and amazing ladies. That's true. Although there are other cities that have well-educated ladies, because Bangkok's so big, they're probably going to have more here. And some of the best colleges in Thailand are here in Bangkok. So that is a fair point, walking ATM. Christy says, what foods to avoid in Thailand to lessen the risk of food poisoning? Remedies. I would say probably street food that no Thai is at. So when you come and you want to eat street food, eat street food off of carts where you see other Thais. Because if other Thais are eating the food, it's probably good. Remedies are usually charcoal tabs, or if you have an infection from food, you can get Cipro. You can buy it over the counter. You don't have to go to a doctor. One thing I love about Thailand. And it will get you. It's an antibiotic for your digestive tract, basically. So those are the remedies that I use, but I haven't really had. I've had a couple cases of food poisoning here, and recently I got sick from some food, but it wasn't like food poisoning. Like I didn't vomit or anything. It was just like I had a lot of intestinal problems and stuff for a while, for a couple days, and that wasn't a good thing. But those are the remedies. Charcoal tabs will help a lot, and also, like I said, if you have if you actually got an infection from food poisoning, then you can use Cipro as an antibiotic. That is just a suggestion. I am not a doctor. Don't take anything I say for 100% certainty, because I would not want you to take something and not know the risk. And make sure you tell the pharmacist anytime you buy medicine over here, guys, because they sell a lot of medications over the counter that you can't buy like over the counter in like the Philippines or America or other places. Always tell them any medications you're taking or any allergies you have, because they'll know what to give you or not to give you. Gerald says, I found out my job gives me access to Linda website. We'll be taking photography classes. Good for you, man. That's awesome. I haven't taken a photography class in a long time, but I love taking pictures. Carkay says, I have when my mom passed from breast cancer and I married a woman who I regretted. Ooh, sorry to hear that, man. Both ways. He says, I don't think men realize all women are the same. It's all about how you hold frame, be it Southeast Asian women or Western women. There's some truth in that. Dino says, I'll be your wingman. That's cool, man. I can use a wingman. Cross says biologically right false law rules. I'm not sure what that says, but I'll take your word for it. Guys, we're running up on an hour and a half. I just want to tell everybody. Wait, Gordon says getting meds without seeing 10 specialists is one of the best things about Thailand. That's so. I agree with you, Gordon. I agree with you, 100%. Walking ATM says all women are the same everywhere. I beg to differ a little bit, because I've been to, I've lived in the Philippines and I've lived in America, and I spent a month in Peru, and I've been here for 2 years. There are differences. I'll look it up, Carl. I'll be glad to look it up. There are differences in the culture, and the culture creates the character of the person, right? So, as the character of the person shines, the mass every time you meet someone, you're meeting their representative. Okay, just let you know, including me. But eventually, the mask comes off. Hopefully, it's within a couple hours instead of a couple years, and you get to see the true person underneath. And I personally, this is just me personally, I don't think all women are the same everywhere. I think that all women carry similar traits in every culture. I think there are a lot of similarities to women everywhere, but I don't think they're all the same. That's just my humble opinion. I'm not arguing with anybody because I've been burnt by women enough to know that they can all, you can date 5 or 6 women and all of them do the same thing to you, and then you're going to feel that way. I have no idea what that is, Carl. I'll find it out though. Mango Sticky Rice says Carl K sounds like he had some very bad luck with women. Yep. I've had some bad luck myself. Gordon says Thailand will change a Western girl's attitude. It has to, absolutely. Walking ATM says very true. The key is to unmask them before you get married to know out 100%. 100% agree. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this live stream. I really, really genuinely appreciate it. I'm going to eat some lunch and then I'm going to try to start recording some videos so that I'll have plenty of videos to put up next week. I'm going to make an end of July drive to see what kind of income AdSense can produce. I'm going to try my best with SEO and to have them ranked. I want my video back from yesterday because yesterday's live chat was freaking awesome, and we were doing great. Not that today's wasn't. I'm just saying we really had a good stream yesterday. So anyway, I want to say, wait, we got a long comment. Louis says, thanks. Walking A10 says, take care. Same to both of you. Chris says, a guy must get to know the priorities of a Thai woman's parents as they can undermine a good relationship. So true. So true. Daughters are usually following their parents' directions. So true. So true. First relationship I said here, she said, I just don't think my dad's going to like you because you don't want to have kids. Seems like most of my failures have been because I'm not financially stable enough to have kids yet. My kids are not going to grow up like I did. They're not going to grow up poor, watching divorced parents, hate each other. So my kid I'm going to be with a woman that I know I'm going to be with, for sure. Yes, thank you for coming by, Chris, and I appreciate it very much. And everybody else, Roger and Rupert, thank you so much for making the PayPal Travel Fund hit its goal for the weekend. I really genuinely appreciate it. Thanks to anybody else who has contributed some information in this live stream, and thanks to all of you channel members. If you're not a channel member, you might want to consider becoming one, because I'm getting ready to start unleashing more content there. It's only $2.99 a month, so it's a good way to interact with just channel members. They get to vote on the content that we see. They also get some behind the scenes stuff, pictures, and I'm getting ready to record my first video just for them. So we'll see what happens, and I think it'll be okay. You have a great weekend as well, Rupert. I appreciate it, man. Carl says, whenever I hear someone say like mango, sticky rice comment. Hey, man, mango and sticky rice is one of my favorite foods in the world. Carl says, I did. I mistook a life lesson for a soulmate. I hear you, Carl. You guys take care. I love you. I mean it. Thank you so much for dropping by and having this conversation with me today. Really, really some good information. And I hope that I can get my live chat back up from yesterday. Always remember, man, this is the channel for travel, fun, photography, and education. And when I say education, I'm talking about educated travel. With that being said, whatever you do today, be sure you find a way to do more life. Love you guys. See you later.